Hi, my name is Dave Clarke and I'm a former England blind footballer. I had an amazing career as an England footballer, played 144 times for my country, scored 128 goals and concluded that at the Paralympics 2012. Yeah, I think what's wonderful about 2025 versus when I was growing up is that kids have such a positive attitude towards difference. And so for me, walking into a room of under 11s, under 12s, you know, they're entirely comfortable with the idea of me as a footballer. They're entirely comfortable with me as being a disabled presenter. And what was really lovely about the presentation, which was about my life and about the goals I scored and you know, talking through how blind football works and the size of the pitch and the ball and the team structure and all that kind of stuff, is they have a genuine interest in the football side of that. And they, you know, they're not asked, I mean, they're very welcome to ask lots of questions about the disability, but actually what's really noticeable is they don't care about it really. It's something that's not really on their agenda. What they care about is football. So they want to know how many goals I scored, where I played, what I did, what was my technique, all this kind of stuff. And their reaction to seeing some of the footage of the goals was really cool as well. So yeah, I really love these things because it's just such a positive side of football, and I want them to take something out of it themselves, not just an awareness that disability football exists, but also what can they take into their game from my experience, and what can they learn from me. Yeah, so I mean, my parents are really passionate about football. My dad used to play with me on the drive. I was very fortunate to have superb teachers at school who made a ball that had ball bearings in it so that we could hear the ball, so we could play. But I spent all those hours training to play football without a real purpose. And the purpose ultimately, obviously, is you want to play for your club, you want to play for your county, but most of all, you want to play for your country. And that for me came about in 1995 when the international game of blind football got brought into the mainstream. Look, I love getting involved in the youth football. I think, you know, the energy that these guys have for the game is brilliant. But, you know, the thing that means the most to me is football is a game for everyone. And for too long, over its very long, illustrious history, football has been taken away or people have been excluded. And for me, football must be a game for everybody. There must be a format for everybody. We now have the Disability Cup at St George's Park every year that has amputee football, cerebral palsy football, power chair football, partially sighted, and blind football and deaf football as well. And those are 6 finals carried live on television that are the peak of the tournaments for each of those disabilities. And I just think we're living in an amazing time, and we need to continue to grow the game, but to have the opportunity to spend time with these young footballers and educate them on what's possible and give them that wider perspective is such a great honour, and I'm really glad you guys invited me down.